Nowadays, I almost feel like there are way too many English learning apps that we can choose from, and it could be overwhelming sometimes. That is the reason why I want to share with you 5 apps or plugins that I personally use and help me to be more productive when learning English. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first one I would recommend is a plugin called Lingo Cloud. Essentially, it is a Chinese-English translation for your browser. You can translate the whole website from English to Chinese in a second. I mean, literally any website you can think of. YouTube, TED Talk, even on social media. You can also do one-word translations if you're currently still working on your writing skills or you just don't want to be overly dependent on it. It is definitely the function that I use the most often. It is much more convenient than opening separate windows for your translation app. Other than that, you can also do a file and video translation. I personally don't use those two functions that often, but it definitely comes in handy if you just need to take a quick look of the document before class. It is a little plugin that boosts my overall reading efficiency and web browsing experience. In terms of note-taking app, I'm still using the Microsoft OneNote for organizing my notes. Other recommendations would be Notion, Evernote, and Apple Notes. They are really solid. I personally just prefer to use OneNote for academic purposes. I will usually take my in-class note on the left side of the page, then put the Q bank on the right side. All you need to do is put the Q on the left, then click Tab to create a new row, then put in your definition. If you want to create more Qs, just press Enter and repeat the process. Your Q banks would automatically sync up to all your devices so you can review them on the go. OneNote is definitely not a perfect note-taking app, but it's simple, it just gets the job done. Fun fact, if you're an Apple user, here's a cool trick. If you know how to say the word but don't know how to spell it, here's what you can do. Hey Siri, how to spell subscribe?
Subscribe? S-U-B-S-C-R-I-B-E.
That's pretty cool. For improving our listening and writing skill, there are 4 apps that I tried for an extended period of time and find them helpful. There are 小宇宙, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and 博和阅读. As I mentioned in the past, I recommend listening to English podcasts, especially if you're working or studying in an English-speaking environment. It is one of the closest ways to practice our English skills in a natural, free-flow conversation settings. If you're still in a beginner or intermediate level, like you still need to rely on reading subtitles from time to time, then 博和阅读 is the way to go. It is a reading app, but you can also use it for listening purposes. 2 birds with 1 stone. I usually listen to it when I'm working out, doing housework, or before bed. For checking grammar, I'm currently using Grammarly. I have tried some alternatives in the past, but they're just not as convenient as Grammarly. You can install Grammarly on your browser, laptop, and phone. Just have a quick check before submitting your essays. But just like any other grammar checker, please keep in mind that Grammarly is not always correct. It will make some minor mistakes, so it is necessary for us to keep our own judgment. Overall, it is still an extremely convenient and reliable grammar checker that I've tried. If you need to record audio file for your lectures or interviews so you can review them later, Otter AI is my recommendation. It is effortless to use and saves so much time, especially when you're doing interview and need to create transcripts for all your conversations. Drag the audio file on the page and wait for a few minutes, then it will convert the audio file into transcript for you. Then you're good to go. That's it for today's video, and thank you so much for watching, and I really hope those apps and plugins can help you to be more productive when learning English, and I will see you at the next one. Bye bye.